Namaste. Happy Friday. Happy Oshun Day. Happy Aphrodite Day. Happy Urzuli Day. Diana and all the love goddesses. And namaste. What's up, people? What's up? Hopefully, we have reached the end of the week. And was Friday for some of y'all. So happy to be here. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe. I am Magick La Croix. Okay. Don't forget, I have a website. I offer online classes as far as occult wisdom and magic. I have a store. I have a Patreon. So come and support your boy in one of those ways. Trying to wait for a few people to come in here. Just wanted to talk about a couple things, specifically what the video says, the great work. Okay. The great work. Peace, peace, and namaste, Brother Konami. By the way, if you have Clubhouse, you do not want to miss Brother Konami's show tonight. It's something that needs to be addressed. And I pray that y'all make it. You know, his Clubhouse classes, meetings, or whatever you want to call them, they are the bomb. You'll get a lot out of them. See what I'm saying? So, or join his school. I'm on Telegram. Okay. It's called the Book Club Konami Codes and Gematria School. Right? A lot of information. So, yeah. I know it's Friday and a lot of people might be out, might be doing other things. I get it, especially since the weather got back somewhat to normal. I get it, But what I wanted to talk about today was the great work. All right. Now, if you've studied magic, or if you're studying magic, especially the classic grimoires, you should have by now have heard about the great work. Okay. Magic in the occult has become a joke. It has become watered down. It has become commercial, very commercial. And nobody's about the great work. Everybody's about, look at me, look at me, look at me. Okay? That's not what magic was intended for. That's never what it's been about. Okay. And I know y'all have heard me say this before, but now more than ever, it is a true statement. It really is. It's just the great work. If you're into magic for any length of time, I don't want to say you're obligated, but the great work should come up. Magic has never been about the individual person. It's always been about the great work, advancing and helping your fellow man and civilization, literally making the world a better place. Okay. You got people doing magic now or just wanting spells to try and control people for money, to try and get somebody whom they never would have had a chance with otherwise. Just casting spells on people who piss them off. Just dumb shit. That's how commercialized this art has become. And those who are actually in it to advance themselves can see the direction in which it has been going. See what I'm saying? What's going on? Peace, Anubis. Peace, 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 peace. Yeah. Live again. What's all that, Tosh? What's going on? What's going on? Let me continue before I lose my thoughts. Magic has always been about advancing the individual, yes, but also helping out society. It has always been that. Okay. Uh, Healing, advancing spiritually, and building an astral body so much so that you can take your consciousness into the next life. Okay. That's what magic has always been about. This has been called the great work. Even Aleister Crowley spoke about the great work, making society a better place to live. You know what I mean? I may sound old fashioned, but that's what it's always been about. Okay. I hate seeing people refer to the occult as these TikTok witches. All right. It has always been hidden. It has always been a secret society. There's always been mystery systems. Always. Okay. This is why it takes study to advance in this art. All right. Not everyone's called to do it. I don't care what you hear out there. Not everyone's called to do it. Now, everybody have the potential to be able to do it, but not everybody's in it to advance the great work. Okay. It's not as in other words, magic is not all about you. Divine Peace Caribbean Grimoire. What's going on? Elegant Granny, how are you? Namaste. Peace and blessings. Moon Feather. Everyone that's here. Namaste. Hope y'all having a good Friday today. Oh, and guess what happened? One of my locks fell out. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? But it's thin. Not only do I need to be retwisted, but it's thin, I guess somewhere. I don't know where, but it's thin somewhere. I was putting on my little nightcap last night and one fell out. So I guess my hair is thin somewhere. Anyway, the great work, y'all. The great work. Healing, most of all. Okay. Uh, Making a stronger astral body. All right. Making a stronger astral body. How did it get like to where it's at right now? How it got this way was I got this way with social media. That's how I got this way. I don't see any other way that's become this way. And remember, you probably heard me say this before. I'm going to repeat it. When you wanted to learn magic, you had to learn at the foot of a master. There wasn't a one single place that you could go and just learn it. All right. And you had to learn for years. Okay. You didn't just, go onto a social media website or YouTube and learn magic. All right. Why do I keep saying this? I keep repeating this because a lot of people, there are not a lot, but from what I can tell, there are people out there who have large followings who've been in the magical sciences maybe 2 months. You know what I mean? This is the blind leading the blind. Okay? This is the blind leading the blind. It is. Do I think I'm a master? I do not. I've never considered myself a master. I'm striving to be that. Okay? Even after 26 years. Am I an adept? Absolutely. Absolutely. I can call myself that, but I would never call myself a master. Hell, the elder Azazel Bey, he said, don't refer to him as a master. Bobby Hemmett has said, don't refer to him as a master. Bobby Hemmett said, don't follow him. You know what I mean? Let's see what y'all are talking. Oh, everyone, peace, Rhonda Collins. Happy belated birthday, Elegant Granny. I think I did say happy birthday. I should have shouted you out 2 days ago. I do apologize. If y'all could please just give a warm shout out to Elegant Granny. She just celebrated her solar return. Blessings, Jempress. Jempress. Glad to see you here. Very glad to see you here. Love, peace, and power, absolutely, to Azazel Bay. Okay. He never referred to himself as a master. All right. Matter of fact, he said he didn't know nothing. The first time I heard him say he didn't know nothing, I was like, huh? But both him and Bobby Hemmett said, don't follow them. Likewise, I'm telling you, don't follow me. All right. Certainly take my suggestions, and I hope and pray that one day I'm able to fill the elder's shoes. Okay. There's very few people out here who know what they're talking about. Let's be honest about that. All right. But anybody can get a following these days. Anybody. As long as they have a social media account. Okay. Or either you have if you're funny, or you either can be funny, you can be entertaining, or what was the other thing I was saying? You can show your ass. You can show your ass, or you can be a master at word salad. These are the ways that you can get a large following. If you just sound like you know what you're talking about, people will follow you. If you're a halfway decent looking female, people will follow you. I've seen this over and over again. See what I mean? I still say that Elegant Granny don't look like nobody's granny. She looks very young, y'all. If y'all know what she looks like. She looks, matter of fact, we did it last year. We did an interview. Elegant Granny looks young. What's going on, Donna? I said Dama. Anyone can get a following for anything now. Even being a fake political activist gets you a following. Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. But how many people are actually following people who are all about the great work? That's something that's bigger than themselves. Okay? Something that's bigger than themselves. All right. You look at Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett did this for over 20 years. He did it for free. And he did it to the point where he came to a point where he had to ask for money. And I hated seeing that. I really, truly hated seeing that. That man should not have had to ask people for money. Okay. But let me say this, and I really not really caring if it hurts anyone's feelings. But if you give niggas something for free, they're going to take it for free. All right. People don't put value in this particular work. It is what it is. All right. It is what it is. And if you walk this path and call yourself a magician or an occultist or a sorcerer or a witch, you actually have a job to do. Okay. You actually have a job to do. And there are those of us who are about the great work who are responsible for some of the things that you see. All right. Behind the scenes, okay, people are doing the great work. You look at society now, and it is a fucking mess. You look at society and look how people are walking around and just mad all the time, couldn't give a fuck about the next person. All right. You look how people do their children these days. Okay. Everything is me, me, me. Me, me, me. But if you call yourself following a magical path, you have a job to do. You are supposed to advance the great work. All right. All late great magicians, adepts, they all talked about this. It is the great work. Okay. It is something that's bigger than you. All right. You're supposed to be working on helping to heal the nation, so to speak. Heal your communities and protect your communities. Okay. See the movie Joker. Joaquin Phoenix put on a performance of a lifetime. And some of the things that he was saying is like, he was saying, you know, people are so rude to each other. And he said that several times during that movie. Okay? They were trying to drive home a point. Society can make a person just like him, mentally ill. Okay? Greetings. See what I'm saying? People, where are you? People still putting, yeah, you're about, Elegant Granny look 20 years younger than what she is. She really does. Peace, Lenora. Elegant Granny is a Black woman. She's gonna be looking good. She's gonna keep them looks till she's 95. That's what I'm talking about. How about that? And just, she's always giving out wisdom. Our elders should never have to wonder where their essentials of life will come from. Okay? You know, you're looking at the collapse of a civilization when the elders are no longer respected, they're ignored, and people think 20-year-olds are the wisest things around. Okay? If you're doing this, if you're truly into this path, you will advance and you won't have the desire to be about materialistic shit. You won't have a desire to fuck every person you see or want or trying to control them. You won't have that kind of a desire. Being on a magical path propels you into being the best spiritual person you can be. If you're actually, your true intentions is about advancing that great work. All right. You look at, I know y'all might be tired of me mentioning his name, but that's fine. Elder Azazel Bey didn't want any accolades. He didn't. You know, this man knew so much and yet was still humble. Magic does humble you. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. Right? Right. It really is a responsibility. Okay? When you wield power like this, you should be advancing. The first thing you should be doing is trying to protect your own community. Okay? Magic and the occult has become a joke. Our elders is where our wealth reside. Get closer to them, you'll get closer to wealth. Absolutely. Absolutely. When I was younger, when I was a young man coming up in the streets of Philadelphia, notice I got on my Eagles jersey. When I used to hang around the elders. Now, the elders in my neighborhood was a bunch of niggas on the corner drinking 40s, but they talk about life things. You know, I hung around my grandmother a lot. You know, I always had older friends. When I was in the Navy and went to my first ship, one of my closest friends was, I think he was in his 30s, and I was all of 17. You know what I mean? I've always hung around older people, always. Okay. These days, I'm seeing people disrespect elders like it's nothing. And where are they learning that? Starting somewhere, right? Where are they learning that? Okay. When I was coming up, you're supposed to respect your elders. That was a thing. Somebody saw you fucking up somewhere away from your house. By the time you got your ass home, news would have traveled and you were getting ass whooping. If you was doing anything bad, if you was cussing or disrespecting an elder or anything that you wasn't supposed to be doing, usually got back to your parents. Okay. You knew, even if you didn't like the elders, you respected them. So you know the collapse of a civilization is happening when people no longer respect elders, particularly in the so-called Black community. That's true. Even as evil as celebrities are, the majority of them take care of their elderly around them, even they know you must care for your elders. Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, it takes a village. Now, I'm not going to be picking on a particular group of people. Remember that saying, it takes a village to take care of a child? What the fuck is going on now? Okay. My wife this morning told me a story she saw on the news, made her sick to her stomach and pissed her off. Okay. Apparently, right here in Texas, this woman left her 12-year-old to take care of a 3-year-old and went to a whole nother state. Let me repeat that. A woman from Texas, Houston, left her 12-year-old to take care of her 3-year-old, went to a whole different state for 2 whole fucking months. Extreme Durapause. I could not believe my ears. So I went and looked her up. And right now she's trending. This heifer continued posting on social media while her 12-year-old and her 3-year-old were home alone. She went to a whole different state. She got spotted in Alabama. This is her. Okay, here she go. Let's put this woman on blast. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't care. Look at this shit. Prices just went up. So this motherfucker is hoeing and her kids. People in the comments are letting her have it, telling her to turn yourself in. What about your abandoned kids? Girl, what? Go to hell, you know. I came for the comments after the story broke on TV. People are telling her, you on the news. She is fucking modeling and posting on social media while her kids were home alone. She's in a different state, y'all. A different state. She is wanted for child abandonment. This is how the current currency is attention. Look at me, look at me, look at me. What kind of a mother does that? What kind of a mother does that, y'all? The baby daddy is who called the cops. Family members saw her in Alabama. She got spotted without her children. So when they got back to the baby daddy, he put two and two together because the one child, the 12-year-old, was calling him, asking him to send food. You know what I mean? This is the kind of society we live in, y'all. Why is that? Her name is, what was her name? Raven, I think. Her name is Raven Yates. That is her name. This lady abandoned her kids for 2 months before she was reported. The father said he's working in California, and the 12-year-old was calling daily asking him to send food. How did this go on for 2 whole months? And the kicker is she's on Instagram, posting daily, and has tons of followers. She's cursing people out who are dragging her on there. I say the same thing. Tosh, I say the same thing. I still say disrespecting our elders in the Black community is why we're experiencing the turmoil. Yeah, it's multiple factors, but that's right up at the top, Elegant Grant. I totally agree with you. The famous culture phrase is fuck them kids, and they've taken this shit literal. This heifer. I wanted to call it something else, but you won't see me doing that when it's, you know, I just ain't gonna do that. I wanted to call it something else. I have heard of messed up situations where people live their children for long periods of time. I am not even done. I'm not even done talking about this particular subject. This is why I say everyone shouldn't be a parent. A lot of people shouldn't be parents. Peace, Rayshawn, Justice. What's going on? The cop on the policeman on when they were interviewing him, saying there was a strong odor, strong urine odor on the 3-year-old. I bet they ain't had nothing but dry beans to eat. Okay, at least the 12-year-old was smart enough to call the father and say, ask to send food. You know, this went on for 2 months, y'all. 2. Like I said, I ain't even done. I have another example. She is not a mother. No, she's not. She's just a woman who had kids. Absolutely. She did this for clout? I guess. You say so. That's because a child split that ass don't make you a mother. How about that? Sounds like both parents are irresponsible, and she did this to clout chase, and baby daddy has to be in on it. The baby daddy is the one who called the cops. He was working in California. Okay, you can look this story up. It's trending. It's trending on Instagram. It's trending on Facebook. Raven Yates is her name. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong about this, y'all know I did this before. If I'm wrong about something, I'm saying something too early, I will come back and retract everything I said here. Okay. But when I was looking this up, when I was looking up this story, because I couldn't find it at first, couldn't find it. There's another story that came out. It came up first. How about this? An 18-year-old, 18 years. She left her baby, her 20-month-old baby, for 6 days. The baby died. She left her alone in like a crib for 6 days while she went and celebrated her 18th birthday in London and a couple other places. She traveled for 6 whole days. Left a 20-month-old by herself. She got back, then called the cops, said her baby wasn't breathing. She died from dehydration and influenza. So she suffered. You know what I mean? She suffered. This woman got 9 years in prison. 9 years. Baby died. Baby died. This is the kind of sick society we're seeing. Now, you know, the news media is going to always put this out there if it's a melanated woman. Hell, even if it wasn't, let's not even go there. Okay? Let's not even go there. But I was sick to my stomach when I read this. Dizzle fizzle. This story made me so angry and sick to my stomach. Disgusting excuse of a woman is what she is. She could have had Instacart or food delivered on a weekly basis, at the least, right? People do anything for clout. A mother cut her daughter hair as punishment because she was too pretty. They came out and pretty much admitted to it being a fake skit for attention. She should be tried for murder. Talk about the severity of the abuse. I totally agree. Totally agree with it. Some people are stupid. 9 years is too little. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have her right here. You know, I'm going to show it to y'all. Sorry, but I got to do it. Burfi Cootie. She was sentenced to 9 years in prison by a judge in August 2021 after putting her daughter through unimaginable suffering. Look at that little baby right there. That's the baby. She left her daughter for 6 days and came home to find her dead and stiff with rigor mortis. They have videos of her the day she left and the day she came back. She went and partied. She had the DJ shout out her name, that it was her birthday in the club in London. Azaya, who was suffering from flu, died from dehydration and starvation. She was jailed for 9 years after admitting 1 count of manslaughter. I can't just imagine what that poor baby went through. You know what I mean? And then these poor babies, they just left neglect while their mother is posting about how prices went up. This Dollar General Beyonce posing on Instagram, living her best life while her baby's at home starving. This is the kind of shit that's going on, y'all. Normally I talk about Magick. I felt I needed to talk about this today. Okay? It has gotten to a ridiculous point. That's not even the only instances that I could pull up. You know, I kept seeing instances and I'm like, wow. I knew the shit was going to get bad 3 years ago. I didn't know the extent. I had mentally braced myself for what was going to happen with people. But you are seeing more and more people abusing children these days. If you're not paying attention, or you're just willfully ignoring it. These are the kind of sick people who are in society right now. It has gotten so much worse. You know what I mean? If any time true intended magicians were needed, it is now. Okay. We've gotten to a point where fuck them kids is actually a true statement. Fuck them kids, huh? What's going on, Star Goddess? I gotta do some serious ohms for this. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, she's not even, she got on all this makeup and all this weave. And y'all gonna hate me for saying this. She Lizzo size. I said it, you know. Um, there's so many other insults that I can give this woman, but why should I? She said her prices just went up. So she getting her coochie worn out while her kids are home by themselves. Then she got the nerve to say she's blessed and highly favored. I guess so. If you prostitute, this makes my stomach turn, y'all. Alone for 2 whole months. She is wanted for abandonment and endangering children without the intent to return. So she was pretty much just going to leave them there. All right, I didn't want to stay on that subject because it makes me sick to my stomach. Literally makes me sick to my stomach. And remember, I've always said that Virgos are natural healers. Was just told this morning by our daughter that our grandson always wants to be the one to like carry out justice. If he sees anything wrong, he wants to take it upon himself to repair it. You know, that's just a Virgo's nature, right? Just a Virgo's nature. Okay. I think that with me giving out so much information on this channel for the past 8 years, I think it's kind of expected of me to do that. You know what I mean? Very few people have come to me and said that a particular spell has worked, or that they want some of the elders' works that I put available on my Patreon. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, if you give people shit for free, they're gonna take it for free. And it broke my heart when I saw Bobby Hemmett, like saying the Love Fund. He started asking for support. Okay, this man wasn't asking for support for 20 years. 20 years. All the information Bobby Hemmett has put out, and then he had to ask for money. You know what I mean? Broke my heart. But it's the way people are. More people do, the prices rising, more people were giving their children to CPS or just abandoning them. Where was the dad, 2 grandmas and grandpas? Where's the village that young lady needed? She clearly didn't have any help, which is why I'm for abortion. Don't bring them here to terrorize them. Strong statement by Tasha. She said, where was the dad? If you're talking about the dollar store Beyonce, that's her name. The dollar store Beyonce, this is what it says. It says, the father, who lives out of state, immediately flew in from California, where he had been working at the time. The father had been informed that his child's mother had been seen in Mobile, Alabama, without her children, and realized they were home alone because he had been asked by his daughter to send food regularly. The children are not registered in school and had been left at home alone from September 28th to November 14th. This is the Roman Forest Police Department. They are still looking for her. The children are now safe, but they are still looking for this woman. Is there a magic spell to get me off this ghetto planet? Right. How about that? This is not just a prison planet, it's a ghetto planet. Absolutely. Big bitches need love too. No doubt. I wasn't saying it like they don't. I wasn't saying that. Don't take my statement to say to mean like, I got something against big one. No, that's not why I was saying that. I was just merely describing her. Okay. And this woman is on Instagram in all her glory, in all her lingerie. Go on her line. I showed y'all the link. Hollywood famous DB. She has posted as early as 19 hours ago. She was still posting and said prices just went up. Much love, Garcia Vega. When you're right, you're right. Game over for the Black community. Absolutely. This is why Roe versus Wade being overturned is dangerous. Many people who don't want children will be forced to have them, and more of this will happen. Yeah. Peace, Faith, how are you? Donna, seems like you are on these children's father. I can't help but notice that. You say, yeah, no, he's a dusty. Why isn't he aware of his children's moves and their life updates? He's an inactive father. He ain't shit either. He's the one who flew in from California immediately when he realized he was working out of state. Why are you on the father like that, though? I'm not understanding that. I heard Bobby talk about famous BM that he knew personally, but none helped him. We just won't help each other. No, not at all. So I spent enough time talking about that. I'm just seeing an uptick of it, seeing a lot of it. But it all comes back to my point that, not only does it take a nation or a village to raise a child, but when you got a whole group of people who just won't and refuse to look out for each other, then what do you do? What do you do? Is this part of the great work? I would say so. I would say so. Like if you're in Walmart or something like that, and you see a child walking by him or herself, what do you do? Huh? They need to cap her ass. Her karma is so great. Because this shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't be unaware of what's going on with your children for 2 months. That's an inactive father. There's no excuse for that in my eyes. All right. That's why folks in the conscious community today have Patreon and charge money for certain info. That way, it's appreciated. I mean, yeah, yeah. I have a Patreon. I have uh Magic classes. These courses took me a minute to actually build on, and to get quality content. Not only that, um, you're gonna get a lot of books. You take my classes, you're gonna get a lot of books. You're gonna get quizzed. Okay. I don't want people to try to take classes to learn magic just for support. What are you actually learning? If you're going to someone to learn it, what are you learning? Is that a quality teacher? How long have they been in the occult? See what I'm saying? I'm reading your comments, y'all. Did I already speak to Garcia Vega? I think I did. Okay. Don't forget, y'all, if you have Clubhouse, check out Brother Kunami tonight. Brother, if you're still here, can you or Moonfeather or Jempress, can y'all post the link for the people here? It's going to be a great discussion tonight. If y'all don't mind. Matter of fact, I'll do it here. I think I just saw the link for tonight. Let me see if I can find it here. Anybody gonna help me with a link? No, I think I found it. Yep, I found it. I'm gonna post it here in the chat box. Y'all should come up. Come out, show support. Hopefully that works right there. In saying all of that, because I spent way too much time talking about those two women. Yeah, Magic was never about materialism and fucking everybody. That's never been what it's been about. But people look on the very surface level and swear that that's magic. Okay. Doing things without a foundation can get you and your loved ones hurt. Literally. I don't mean figuratively. I mean literally. Also, remember I did the video that said get magic from everywhere. Anime and movies, certain movies. You know, they throw occult themes in them, such as the house with a clock in its walls. Very occult thing. Okay. You got the magicians. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of. Okay. But you got stuff like Eve's Bayou, classic movie. Witch Hunt, starring Dennis Hopper and Shirley Ralph. You got an actual movie called Necronomicon. It's 3 stories in one. I agree with you, Tosh. Tosh says, I hate all social media except YouTube. Black people don't know how to have respectful decisions anymore. Peace, More Soul Knowledge TV. Absolutely, Star Goddess. Absolutely. Okay. I'm agreeing with Tosh. I hate all social media. You know, if you go to, okay, LeBron James just broke the all-time scoring record. People who go in there into these articles and argue with other people who for not having the same opinion. This is how mad society has gotten. All right. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Okay. I will be on Clubhouse tonight with Brother Kunami and Moonfeather and Jempress. Okay, it should be a really good discussion. Not going to say what it's about. Just come. Okay. We have good discussions every Friday. All right. I posted the link. Okay. I hope y'all have a safe and good weekend. Okay. Always protect yourself. Ground yourselves. All right. And fly, eagles, fly. No, I was gonna say it, right? A new Evil Dead movie is coming out? Really? Wow. From the first time you introduced Azazel Bay, I said he looks very familiar. I realized that in the past I came across his teachings around the same time I found Baron D. Prince teachings too. Oh, wow. Yes, Ray Sean, I did hear about that. One of the people that I've interviewed was Ani Osaru. His YouTube channel got removed the other day. You know what I'm saying? Removed completely. That brother has brought a lot of people a lot of knowledge. He was on this show last year, I think. He was on this channel last year. He has a Patreon and he has Facebook. Outside of that, I'm not sure what else he has. But they've completely removed his YouTube channel. Right? I'm not sure that I say enough to get removed from YouTube. I kind of know how to say things without saying them. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. He goes into gematria also and current events. But they completely removed, yes, Ray Sean, I did hear that. I heard that from him personally. Bless you as well, Moon Feather. All right, y'all. That is enough for me today. I will say peace and namaste to everybody. I will see a few of you in Clubhouse tonight. The rest of y'all have a great weekend. Okay. And remember, if you want to take this path, it has always, always been about the great work. All right. I'm Magick La Croix. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.